Got a crossing border sheriff's posse on their tail. They'd rather die together than be stuck up in a cell. They drank up all the whiskey and they partied every night, like it could be the last the bounty said to shoot on sight. So they chased the endless summer, knew it came with the bride. They wouldn't stop running till they found a paradise, but the sheriff finally found him with the sights seeing red. So the lovers had to shoot him down and fill him full of lead. They were finally free to find a place to lay their head, and when they finally did, he looked at her and then he said,
I said I think that we can stay here, 'cause I feel our time has come, and we can walk down to the ocean and sit with the rising sun. So unpack your bags this instant, no more running from town to town. And now that we've arrived so safely, baby, you can lay me down. Lay me down. Lay me down. Lay me down.
well, you're my green-eyed girl and I've been running around with you. It's the afternoon and we got nothing left to do, so wipe the dirt off or take your shirt off, and we should go hit the cantina, we got work off. I said it's hot outside, let me go swimming in your eyes. We've been running for a while, once you lay down make me smile. I could never ask for nothing better than this. It's just tequila and the beach, it's fine salty when we kiss.
I said I think that we can stay here, 'cause I feel our time has come, and we can walk down to the ocean and sit with the rising sun. So unpack your bags this instant, no more running from town to town. And now that we've arrived so safely, baby, you can lay me down. Lay me down. Lay me down. No, lay me down. Lay me down.
Your mind, but I can't, so I won't. I wish that I could say what it is I like to say. Instead, I got my tongue twisted up and tied away. I'm trying to do my best. Yes, I know that failure is a lesson. I've been guessing and stressing and trying to make my decision. And oh, guess that's how life goes. Every time I want poetry, she wants prose. I'm too slow. I'm trying to pick it up though. To me, you're really into know. It's me you feel sorry for. Can I ever get it though? Damn, why can't I ever get it though? This is out of control. Why can't I ever get it though? Damn, why can't I ever get it though? At least I got my brains, at least I got my wit. Watch me going over, see the conversation slip. I'm feeling kinda twisted, I guess I'm kinda sick. I try to counter, man, I wish that I could hit and never miss, girl. Yeah, you know the things ain't easy. Try to understand and believe me. Yes, I want the real thing. Oh, girl, I want the real thing, baby. And this is out of control. Why can't I ever get it though? Damn, why can't I ever get it though? This is out of control. Why can't I ever get it though? Damn, why can't I ever get it though? get it through? Damn, why can't I ever get it through? Got it all figured out now. This is out of control. Why can't I ever get it through? Damn, why can't I ever get it through? This is out of control. Why can't I ever get it through? Damn, why can't I ever get it through? Got it all figured out now. This is out of control. Why can't I ever get it through? Damn, why can't I ever get it through?
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I had $1 million, but I'd spend it all if I could find that Hannah in that Sancho that she's bound. Well, I'd pop a cap in Sancho and I'd slap her down. But I really wanna know, baby. But I really wanna say I can't define. Well, it's love that I lead. Oh, my soul will have to wait till I get back. Find Hannah of my own. Daddy's gonna love one and all. I feel the break, feel the break, feel the break, and I gotta live it up. Oh yeah, well I swear that I really wanna know, baby. But I really wanna say I can't define that love, make it go. My soul will have to. But I really wanna say, baby. What I really wanna say is I've got mine, and I'll make it. Yes, I'm coming up. Tell Sanchito that if he knows what is good for him, he best go run and hide. Daddy's got a new 45. And I won't think twice to stick that bell straight down Sancho's throat. Believe me when I say that I got something for his punk ass. What I really wanna know, baby, what I really wanna say is there's just one way back, and I'll make it, yeah. My soul will have to wait. Sometimes I lay under the moon. I thank God I'm breathing. And I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day. children will play.
Said the man who feel him a fool, or he be the wise man. For the man who don't think he's a fool, he control his destiny, but he's too good for himself. For himself, for himself. Oh, I need is something to keep me moving on in a world of all and pray. And everybody seems so strange to me. Said the man who feel him a fool, or he be the wild man. For the man who don't feel him a fool, he control his destiny, yeah. Too good for himself, for himself, for himself. Oh, to go. These weapons of destruction, it's why these people suffering. No, the confusion. You ain't winning if you lose some. You don't need, said the man who feel him a bully, or he be the wild man. For the man who don't think he's the bully, control his destiny, but he's too good for himself. For himself, for himself. Oh.
When you focus on the gun thing all things under the sun. You free yourself from negativity and then the good shall come. The choice is yours. When you're ready, the choice is yours. Oh, the choice is yours. Taking it easy. The choice is yours. The choice is yours.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Here we are. It's Thursday morning. What have we got inside of the S&Ps? Not a whole hell of a lot. The S&Ps are up some 22 handles, predicated on what? I don't know. Maybe it could be a little bit of PPI. So PPI did come out here right there at 5:30 in the morning. It was early. I was up for it. Initially, we really didn't move much on it. I mean, it was like kind of a knee-jerk reaction. We didn't move. You just kind of been plotting a little bit higher, but there's not really any volume behind the move again this morning. I just want to point out this right here, right now, that's the slowest trade that I've seen in a really long time. I mean, you got to go back to like Christmas Eve and kind of stuff like that to see 100,000 contracts trade. So once again, you're coming into a marketplace where, and I can't reiterate enough, I don't even care what the S&Ps say over here. PPI came out. The only thing that really made, I would like a more strategic move on PPI would be the bond market reverted back up. But quite frankly, I wouldn't trust anything as far as you can throw it. There's no volume behind this move. None. Nothing. Okay. It was so incredibly slow before PPI came out that it was like the futures were basically closed. There were minutes going by, like overnight. Yeah, you don't expect a lot of trade, whatever, but there's minutes going by here, okay, where you didn't see but 100 contracts trade in just insane light trade. And what's weird about it is, okay, this is where it's summer trade. It's August, it's mid-August. This is where trade really seasonally picks up dramatically. It is not like, people like, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, please, absolutely not. Some of the most volatile markets have actually been in August. Once again, I know there's 4 minutes to go to the cash open. Stop even like looking around that much. There's nothing to see until order flow plays out. Like here's a perfect example. There's 4 minutes to go to the bell. Apple has done nothing overnight. It's already streaking. And I'm going to tell you why it's running up. It's running up, okay, because retail flow is starting to show up, okay, in market makers' pipes. Basically what it means is retail is starting to already amp the market a little bit. And you can see it in Google, okay? Microsoft, a little bit of the opposite. But there's no feel in the pre-market at all anymore. Nothing. And I think it's, again, it's, if you look back on a trading career, one of the biggest changes is, I'm telling you, we would look at the futures, okay, nonstop. Watch futures all damn night. Now, okay. I mean, did I check the futures this morning? Of course I checked the futures this morning. But when I woke up, I haven't even been checking the futures. Okay. Get up 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to the bathroom, you look at the futures. Come on, who doesn't? Okay. I haven't. I haven't because I don't think it means a damn thing anymore. And this is all because of the rise, okay, of the zero DTE animal. All right. Nobody here is willing to admit that they actually get up in the middle of the night and check the futures. Little peek. Okay. On my little like actions button on the side of my phone. Okay. Mine's actually set for Dinko swim. What the hell? Oh, don't allow. See, it's set for that. 2 minutes to go to the bell goes off. Today, it's complete slop fest in terms, okay, of AD line. The financials are up, okay? The energy sector is down very mildly. That's going to confuse the AD line. And when you start looking at the semiconductors, they're flat into the open. Okay, semiconductors are rather flat into the open, which is it's not going to give you a feel. Broadcom is flat. Nvidia had a hell of a day yesterday. It's flat. Okay, Meta this morning is flat. Don't read into a dollar move. SpaceX has had an incredible run. It's down a couple bucks, nothing to read into. Flat on Tesla, Amazon. Okay, everywhere you look, it's a slop fest. By the way, I filled one contract to get out of Microsoft yesterday. I'll talk about that after the cash open. Google, okay, maybe a little bit of a bid. And I was just showing you Apple a moment ago as order flow starts to kind of pile in. So strap in. Look, in the pre-market, you want to sit here and talk about PPI for 10 minutes. Who cares? Like, I know that people want to dig into PPI. Inflation is maybe with us, but not necessarily totally with us. But who cares? Because it doesn't matter. Because the next Fed meeting is until September. It's a month away. So nobody gives a crap what you think about PPI. I mean, that's the honest truth. You can look at PPI and oh, I have the numbers right here. There you go. There's PPI. Okay, it came in a little softer. So what? The S&Ps are up 22. They were already up 10 before PPI even came out. So in effect, what did it mean? Nothing. It was kind of a nothing event. I guess you could say though meant a little bit. Gold is down a little. Some of the metals are actually cooling off to some extent. And interestingly enough, oil's down. I don't know. Maybe we're pricing in peace again. No peace. Okay. All they have to do, all Iran has to do, just hold out to the midterms. Okay, just to make a point. Oh yeah, they are a thorn in the side of a whole lot of politicians right now. All right, we're coming into the cash open here. Again, hands and feet inside of the vehicle. You have no feel for this marketplace. It doesn't matter, okay, that it's up 22 handles right now. We could be massively unchanged or up 40 in a couple of moments. And you need to have that expectation. There's no volume, people. Evidently, we are off to the races this morning. So here's a fun one. Yeah, look at this. Right out of the gate. It's a perfect example of why not to look at the futures right now in the pre-market. I can't even believe I'm saying that because for 25 years, you're like, look at the damn futures in the pre-market. I'm literally telling you, don't look at the futures in the pre-market. You can look at them, but take it with a grain of salt. When there's no size behind it, look at this. We're trading more contract size right now than we did in the previous, hour of trade. It's in the first minute. So it literally erases. Remember, we just came into the trading session. Okay, there was 405,000 contracts trading. Okay, just a few moments ago. And here we are up to 120,000 contracts. Speaking of contract size, okay, look at yesterday. I was talking about a little bit of a crap fest. It's actually the last 3 days. Were you aware that the last 3 trading sessions, okay, we didn't even do a million S&P contracts? Now, how often does that happen that we have volume this light? What did I say a moment ago? Christmas Eve, okay? You come back over here, all right. Okay, give or take a day. It's Christmas Eve. That's the last time that we had a full day that was this light. Okay, not even New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, right? A New Year's Eve, they're drinking at the desk and still trading. Okay, pretty wild, no? Maybe. Okay, I think that stuff is important because things change over time, and what you'll find is you get traders that have a few more rings around the tree, and they're incapable of change, literally incapable of change. And in this business, you have to have that degree of flexibility. Without it, okay, you're in trouble. I mean, I really do mean that. That is one thing that, I remember when I was coming up through Thinkorswim, the traders that I worked with at Thinkorswim were all option premium sellers, okay? And I used to always say, I'm like, that's going to work until it doesn't. And then we're going to have to be option premium buyers for years. And it's so interesting because in like zero DTE, okay, I'm a firm believer. You can make money on the sell side of options in zero DTE, but okay, you're going to have to be Johnny on the spot. It's incredibly difficult to be on the sell side of options in zero DTE. So I'm a net buyer of a lot of premium. I'm going to show you why today too. So the S&P has been open for 2 minutes and we haven't really moved all that much. The NASDAQ, maybe a little bit of sell side activity. Looking down the list of some of the usual suspects, as I said, the SMH, your semiconductors, have kind of flattened out a little bit. Okay, I couldn't believe the news that I heard this morning too. I read this, I read it, heard it, read it, whatever. What I read was laughable. Did you know that the South Korean market is in a technical bull market? Okay, 2 weeks ago, this is the marketplace that was possibly tanking the entire world economy. Okay, literally people jumping from buildings because of their marketplace. Well, maybe they should have waited a few more weeks because they're in a technical bull market. Do I actually buy into that BS? Absolutely not. I am still a firm believer, okay, that this market, along with semiconductors, have got a long way to go. In fact, I stated that a multitude of times in recent trade. I was actually doing an afternoon video yesterday, and my internet cut out again. It was about 12 noon here. It was about an hour to go to the cash close, and my internet cut out again. Oh, those bastards! So I got up, I set up my Starlink, and I'm trying to get on my Starlink, and my Starlink won't let me connect from this location. I brought my Starlink from the Virgin Islands back to Paradise Valley. It wouldn't let me connect. Maybe today, maybe not. I don't know. Something special. It's a good thing though. So I literally ran a cord out my door and had the little, it looks like a little pizza, like a pizza box, just sitting outside by the pool. So it's a good thing it didn't connect because I probably just would have left it there overnight. So yesterday, I don't know, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I don't know if anybody lives in the Phoenix area. 6:30, 7 o'clock, there was a massive microburst here where we had 2 inches of rain in under an hour, but we had 90-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, I couldn't believe some of the stuff in the backyard that got picked up and moved. I haven't seen like leaves stuck to glass like that since being on the island. It's like hurricane strength winds. We are ripping right now, people. Markets are ripping. It is a lot of Microsoft. Okay, I can see Meta having a little bit of a rebound, but quite frankly, it's where it's not. It's not really SMH. Okay. Yeah, somebody was mentioning Starbucks is up 30%. We're not getting out. It's not that kind of a spread. Okay, it's a wrong spread. What do we? You have to differentiate. Okay, let's cruise to Starbucks immediately because I knew Starbucks would be up a little bit. What kind of a spread is Starbucks? What kind of a spread is Starbucks? Well, I put it on as an out of the money spread. It is not an in-out spread. Okay, what we did inside of Starbucks. Okay, don't put a ring. What the hell is that? What we did inside of Starbucks, trade history. Show me trade history. $5 wide spread for $1.30 debit. Okay, so this is an out of the money spread. This is 3TW, and when you look at an out of the money spread, it's a very different animal, okay, than an in-out spread. Here, okay, I'm not going to sit here and do any justification for a 30% return inside of a very short period of time. That's great, okay. If it were 50 or 60% by today, I may actually consider. But out of the money spreads, I'm predominantly looking for 100% plus gain, okay, before I even consider wanting to get out. This trade, okay, is exclusively designed for the idea, okay, that a gamma squeeze is coming in Starbucks. Now, why would I think a gamma squeeze is coming in Starbucks? By the way, we're on the expected move. If anybody is kind of curious, it's 36.60. Okay, we're on it. We're on it. If there's a place to actually maybe jump in and short the marketplace, we might get an opportunity today, intraday opportunity. Intraday trade has sucked the last 3 weeks. Sucked. Okay. Oh, did I not say sucked? Okay. It's been terrible. I have not traded very much zero DTE lately, which is unusual for me. I like it. Okay. I love trading it. So how come he's not trading it? He doesn't like it? No, I don't like the some of the setups lately. That's okay. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by myself, Starbucks, okay, the design of the trade, take a look, this is the 3-year, was to pop to at or near highs. Now, the first major goal of Starbucks, to me, it was aligning at this like 107, 108 range, okay, and it was ready just to explode to the upside. And then what I was hoping for, and we're going to look and see if this is true, what I was hoping for is the second that it explodes to some new highs, and it's not all-time highs. It's not all-time highs. I just showed you a 117 print. But as soon as it actually breaks to the upside above this like 108, 109, that retail flow is going to come piling in, okay, and rush the marketplace. Has that occurred? Not really. Okay. I mean, look, there's some calls trading in here. The volume, though, it's Starbucks. But, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, there's only 2,000 contracts. 2,000 contracts is like a joke. It's also enough to move Starbucks. Okay. I want you guys to recognize something. Starbucks, 2,000 contracts. There's only 200,000 shares that have traded today. Holy crap. What's going on in this marketplace? No one will commit money to any place but AI. Okay. It is technology or absolutely nothing. Look around. That's actually one of the big topics of conversation for this morning. Okay. Nothing is trading. Now, yes, you can find stocks that are moving. Starbucks is moving, but there's shit-tastic volume behind it. There isn't any size. Nothing. Okay. Look at what's going on, people. There's, by the way, this is actually more size than this thing has even seen lately. Okay. And like literally it's more size than it's seen lately, but it's wild. Okay. How we are trading right now, completely condensed into what? Maybe 15 names total. You look at something like a Microsoft. Okay. Microsoft, it trades, got 2 million shares. Hold on for a second. Okay. I think everybody's familiar with a company called Walmart. Walmart is only doing 5,000 option contracts today. Everybody knows the company. You know it. You love it. It's got 5,000 contracts. I don't care that we're 10 minutes into the day. Okay. And then if you look at the concentration of liquidity, okay, let's go look at something like Intel. Intel, okay, it's kind of on the peripheral. Yeah, it's part of the semiconductors and so forth. 23,000 contracts already. Okay. Volume of almost, 8.5 million. Then you go off the beaten path just a little bit. Let's go off the beaten path. Let's go to something like JP Morgan, which JP Morgan trades heavily. Okay. 385,000 shares. Okay. 4,000 contracts. Doesn't even exist. Okay. It doesn't exist. Okay. It's crazy. Boeing, we used to trade Boeing all the time. You can't trade Boeing right now. Okay. It's a 747 over here. No, I mean, you can't even trade it right now. It's 125,000. Okay. It's ridiculous. That's shares. That's not contracts. That's shares. It hasn't even traded 200,000. Hasn't even traded 150,000. Stupid light. Okay. And then we go back and go, okay, we have technology though. Okay. The entire market making industry, they're only focused on a handful of names. Everything else is fodder. Okay. Literally cannon fodder at this point. Wild. Just wild stuff. So the S&Ps, okay. If they're going to have a reversal today, it might be in and around this level. I'm going to give it a few minutes. I would rather miss a good trade than take a crappy entrance right now, because the order flow is just, it's really still very, very anemic out there. the first few minutes of trade, just to show you guys, the first few minutes of trade, we were pumping pretty good over here. It's kind of died out a little bit, but we're right on the daily expected move. Just to give you a quick feel too for the week. Let's talk about that for a second. Okay. I know people are looking at the market, they're like, it's ripping to the upside. Market hasn't done a damn thing. Nothing. Okay. I think it moved. It didn't really move. Okay. That's not really movement. Then you look at the QQQ, the Qs. Yeah. Okay. They were unchanged as of last night. This morning they were unchanged. So, all right. Yes, we do have the NQ up, and there is an interesting thing about the NQ. The NQ, this is the Nasdaq. Okay. The NQ has come away from its 29,000 level pretty considerably. Like it's got some steam behind it, and it feels like now the Nasdaq is running a lot more per se than the S&Ps. The S&Ps have really stalled out in the last, well, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of trade of absolutely nothing. That's why I was saying the last like couple of weeks of intraday trade have been rough. Most of these huge moves, okay, they're so fast, there's nothing you could do about them. So the last good, intraday trade we were getting is back in this neighborhood here. Okay, everything forward sucks. All right, that's how I really feel. Onward. Okay, I'm just looking at the financials really quick. The financials, by the way, is like a freight train to the upside. Okay, for absolutely no reason. What do they see? Okay, what do they got going inside of the financials? Are they special? Okay, not really. I don't think they're very special. I do want to look at some volatility right now. VVIX is completely unchanged over here. Pay no attention to the VIX. Like literally pay no attention to the VIX. The volatility futures, okay, are flat with the marketplace up. It's interesting, but the volatility futures haven't really played much of a role. So for the next 15 minutes, though, we're going to talk a little bit about exactly that. Here, a couple things. Let's get rid of PPI. Okay, PPI, you know what happened to it? It's over! Get over it! I exited silver yesterday. Okay, I exited silver. For those of you that are kind of curious about that one, we're good to go. When I say we're good to go, SLV, okay, was about a 72% gain, and I decided to exit it. Look, we were running out of time in silver, and silver was an out of the money spread. Just like I said a moment ago, like Starbucks is an out of the money spread, right? But silver, I was running out of time. And because I only had like 8 days left, I think it was, I decided to take the 70% gain. And ironically, silver's down today a little bit, along with gold. So I think we got out at a strong time. Okay. And again, I don't think I could have done any better on that trade. I'm pretty happy with my exit. So out of the contest, 70% gain. I did the same thing, okay, a day earlier in IBIT. Okay. IBIT dipped a little bit. This is actually Bitcoin ETF. And we got out for like 24, 25% gain. Look, no part of me intended to get out for 24, 25%. But when you're in your closing window, and that closing window is about a week before expiration, okay, you got to go no holds barred. You got to do what you got to do. You get a good move, take the money, get the hell out of there. Get out of there, Rock! Sometimes even have to take a loss. And, the irony is both of those trades, both IBIT and silver, okay, for the vast amount of the time those were on, they were losing trades. Okay, they were losing trades. And now, okay, not so much. So what else, what do I have left on? I have Jets. Okay, this is in-out spreads, right? Jets has moved violently again. Look at Jets. Nobody's even trading right now. Okay, somebody get the traders and wake them up. Jets. Okay, Jets has 22 days left to live. Okay, the spread is on the dance floor. And when you look at it, you're like, it's not on the dance floor. You're losing 43%. Okay. Meanwhile, all you need is a $1 move down. Could we get a dollar move down? Well, the other day we were trading at 34. Now we're trading at 31.5. So the answer is yes, we could get a dollar move down. And you got 22 days left. And the other rationale is, look, if you could be down 40%, you could be up 40%. Like that's a normal variation. Well, I'm glad I didn't short the S&Ps, okay? Don't stand in the way of a boring market. And this week has been boring, I tell you. Anyway, Jets, I'm okay to go. I'm okay to go. Then we have Microsoft. Now, Microsoft, let's go ahead and bring that up. Microsoft, I happen to have a bearish position on. Okay, I was just looking for it to pull back a little bit. And I'll tell you exactly why. It just had some blistering moves to the upside over here, right? Breaking standard deviations left and right. Dogs and cat living together. So in another account, we dipped yesterday. I'm going to show you this. We dipped yesterday, and right at the close, I filled one lot for a 30% gain for I think it was like a buck 86. Did anybody else fill? Okay, so it's up today, so it's not going to happen. The shares have to be trading literally back to like the 92 or 91 region for me to be able to get out of the rest of it. Okay. Oh, see, some people did. Okay. I filled one and I was only working one. I was working it over on Tasty and I filled on it and I filled but I filled like at the bell. Like I think I filled right there at like 12:56 and 32 seconds or something like that. And I totally forgot that I even like left that order working, but I was pissed because I did not fill over here in Thinkorswim. Okay. I didn't fill over here. You can see it canceled. Okay, order canceled. Order canceled. I was trying to 286, 286, 286, and the order did not fill on Thinkorswim, which is fine. Whatever, it is what it is. But we'll see how that one actually goes. Okay, my hopes, my dreams dashed. Okay, but now I gotta probably hold it for a longer period of time. So what else do I have left on? A lot of out of the money crap. Okay, but I've actually had some decent trades in here, so out of the money crap isn't so bad. I'm annoyed by EEM. I'm running out of time in there. Okay, the emerging markets need to die. Die, emerging markets. Okay, speaking of emerging markets, let's look at this. The Nasdaq. It's angry to the upside. You know, I don't mind saying though, I don't have a feel for why it's going up. I can tell you one really weird thing today. Take a look at the advanced decline line. When was the last time you saw the advanced decline line good with the marketplace going up? I can't remember one. Most of the time when the markets rally, the advanced decline line's actually been negative because the rally was usually semiconductors. Today, look at this. Everything is pretty much rallying together. The only odd product out, okay, is energy. Energy is like the only thing that's really holding the S&Ps back a little bit, okay? This is a weird day. I don't exactly know what to make of it yet. I'm definitely thrown off because this is higher degrees of correlation with the marketplace going up than we have seen in recent trade. All right. Dun, dun. Everybody quiet. So somebody's saying, why does stuff fill in other trading platforms and other trading platforms don't? I think that, first of all, the understanding is Thinkorswim and Tasty, their order routing deals are very, very, very similar. I don't know, like when I say an order routing deal, okay, order routing is very complex. It's a really, really complicated world because when you route an order, it goes through an intermediary, okay, like a Citadel or a Virtue or Jane Street. They get a quick look at the trade for a fraction of a second, and the trade goes on and sits on an exchange, okay? So I'm telling you right now, my trade was sitting on an exchange. Somebody grabbed it eventually, but it had nothing to do with Thinkorswim or Tasty, okay? Because that had nothing to do with their order routing deal. My order was sitting on an exchange because I had routed the order really early in the day and just kind of forgot about it. That's, there's nothing else to read into. I might have filled on the other platform if I had hit cancel replace. I've gone through this recently, but it's pretty good practice to hit cancel replace and cancel replace and cancel replace, okay, on trades that you're really, really close on. Like if you're like a penny or two off and you're looking at working orders, hit cancel replace a couple times because what you're doing is you're giving the Jane Streets and the Citadels of the world, okay, another look. You go, look, see, look what I got. Show them the goods. Show them the goods, honey. You're basically constantly throwing it back into the market making firm, okay, and giving them that like first look. So it's like again, people want to like rip on this firm, they want to rip on Thinkorswim, they want to rip on Tasty. You're gonna find you'll miss fills on Tasty, you'll miss fills on Thinkorswim. Yeah, half dozen this way, half dozen the other way, because I route a lot on both. Okay, I mean I really really do route a lot. Um, there's nobody that's gonna tell me that one is better than the other. Okay, I have actually probed the same trade on both platforms at the same time, where you're like send, same platform or sorry, different platforms, same trade. And the reason I was probing is I was trying to figure out what kind of market making deal they have, and I was unable to distinguish between the two, which I mean, I know exactly what to look for. I know what speed to look for. Tasty Trade is faster. It's Tasty Trade's kind of like a, you know, if you made it like a race car, they just stripped it down and it's got wheels and an engine and it just goes. It's just a stripped down, okay, built for speed. If you looked at, something like Thinkorswim, this is like one of those ugly ass Rolls Royce SUVs. You're like, oh, it looks like a dumpster on wheels. Okay. People think the Cybertruck is ugly. Have you seen those hideous Rolls Royces? Hideous. Okay. You got the umbrella shoved right up the beep. It's ridiculous because there's so much crap on Thinkorswim that it slows it down a little bit. So yeah, that's how I really feel. There's nothing to go over in the Cisco trade. Yeah, I don't mind mentioning the Cisco trade for a moment. So the Cisco trade, okay, we decided to do the bullish one. It moved bearish. And the irony is it moved exactly what it was supposed to. Had we done the bearish trade, and this is where I knew it, I should have done the bearish trade. Had you done the bearish trade, you'd have been fully profitable. Fully profitable. Huge profitable. So there's nothing to go like this trade will expire worthless. I mean, unless like could Cisco run up dramatically? Okay, just to show you guys, what was the expected move yesterday? It was $10.11. What's the move today? Spot on, baby, spot on. Okay, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. So, the trade. People look at this. Oh, you missed this. It's perfect. We just had the wrong side. Who gives a crap? Okay. I have 5 of those in a row where I'm like, son of a, because it moved. The thing that bothers me isn't that I got the direction wrong. I don't give a 2 craps about the direction. The thing that bothers me is that it moved exactly what it was supposed to do. And nothing infuriates me more. And I'm like, oh, it was right on. Because had we done the bearish trade, we would have done literally the stock was sitting at, 23. We would have done, it was 123. We would have done the 13 fly, meaning that we would have been right here. Our central strike would have been like 113, which, come on, we're at 113 right now. You golden pony boy. So, by the way, I don't like when people play both sides of Cisco. It's a stupid trade long term. You look at the mathematics of it, okay? It's not a good trade. You're playing against yourself, and people don't realize it. Don't ever do both the bullish and bearish trade. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter that you may have made 100%. If you make 100% on one side, you lost 100%, on the other side. That doesn't matter. So you have to be very careful looking at both sides of a trade. It really doesn't increase your odds, okay, a lot. You would think that if I put a trade here and I put a trade here, that it would increase the probability of success, okay, dramatically. Nothing could be further from the truth, okay? And the mathematics of that get a little bit deep because when you're sitting and you're looking at mathematics in options trading, it's really easy to say, if you pay $5 for a $10 wide spread, that trade inherently has a 50% probability associated with it. If you pay $1 for something that could be worth 10, it's easy to say like, okay, you have about a 10% chance of making money because trades, okay, the price of the trade has intrinsic meaning. It's real meaning. I don't mean intrinsic value. Intrinsic meaning is a real meaning. It's probability. Like trade, spreads are probabilities. But when you start looking, okay, at earnings and you start looking at the cost of a butterfly and two butterflies on either side, it's no longer what we call a closed system equation. It becomes like an open system. And for those of you that do not know open systems versus closed systems, a closed system is like an equation that I can show you, cut and dry. Look, $5 for a $10 wide spread equals 50%. No problem. It's a closed system equation. When we start getting into open systems get a little crazy because you're usually running what's termed like a Monte Carlo model to be able to solve, okay, for the right answer. The easiest way to actually run a simulation now, okay, wouldn't be to build a Monte Carlo model. You can actually data mine using like some AI and a API, okay, so like artificial intelligence with an API attached, and you can kind of build a Monte Carlo model. What used to take me, okay, and I'm not joking, hundreds of hours to do, okay, I can do in a few hours. Like I have to build a lot of prompting, for it, but I have all the prompts built. Then I just have to basically plug in what I want it to run, okay, against data. It gets a little expensive though. So I'm actually going to try again. I've been using Claude for a lot of my AI, but I think I'm going to switch back to Grok because I saw Grok released I think like 4.6 yesterday, and the initial tests are showing that Grok is as good as Fable, which is Claude, right? And yet Grok, I believe, is 1/5 the cost. So I would be happy with that. I'd be very happy with that. We'll see. I'll play around with that. The financials right now are slipping a little bit here, so there is a little bit of a counter rotation going on. The advanced decline line is stellar. The S&Ps are up some 50 handles, okay, with no end in sight. This actually could be a day, okay, where we look for a little bit of a reversal. Why? The skew is flying, okay. I do want to mention something, and I know I have Tony Rago coming on literally like right now, but I want to show you guys something really interesting, okay. I built this is gamma exposure. I know Brandon's been showing it day to day. The gamma exposure we built for Brandon, okay? The vol skew, IV rank, heat index, okay? Still working on the heat index a lot, okay? Expected move, everybody knows expected move, but they don't know, okay? I can actually in 2 seconds come in here and find out what's streaking in terms of expected move. Like I can literally tell you like, when I say a streak, 4 weeks in a row, okay? Look at that, beyond. Right? I can immediately pull up, this is 3 weeks in a row, ring, okay, Airbnb, 2 weeks in a row. I can pull those up like instantaneously, but I am going to show you something interesting that nobody has actually seen before. Okay, I took the skew. Does everybody see, you remember what skew is? Out of the money puts versus out of the money calls. Skew is only registered at once a day. One time a day do they measure skew, and skew is measuring at 136. Now skew is always in the SPX, so let's cruise to the SPX. So look, right now in real time, skew is 137. You guys with me? Okay, so skew is 137, it's fairly low. But now you can actually pull skew in every single underline. So I typed in AMD. Holy crap, the skew is only 108. Do you know what that implies? With the skew at 108, the calls are basically trading, okay, for at or more than most puts. And then I actually put the skews themselves down below. So you can see, okay, what call skew looks like versus put skew. Why the hell I should care? Puts are trading for nothing right now. If the market were to crash or whatever, the puts are the cheapest they have been in a friggin' decade. Literally, okay? The puts are trading for this is the cheapest puts you're going to see in a damn decade, which means we're not going to sell them right now. You better watch out, Okay, you better watch out. Puts are dirt cheap. Look at this crap. Intel. That's an inverted implied volatility skew. Look, 101. Holy shit, that's low. It's insane. Okay, 101. That looks, if I looked at Intel, okay, and I just black out the Intel over there. I can't see Intel. If I looked at the skew at 101, I would think that that was gold. I'm not joking to you. I think that this is a commodity because if you look at something like gold's 101, I just know off the top of my head because this is the kind of crap that we used to look at in the market making side of the business a lot. Now it means a lot. It means a lot. And the coolest thing is this is like 30 days skew, but I'm actually building right now where you're going to be able to look at like 9 days skew. Okay, look. Okay, so I can see the delta differential. Okay, I can see the delta differential in here. Yeah, how do you think about that? It's sick. Okay, absolutely sick. So, and like, how do you trade it? There's great trades to do in here, but right now, when it's like 101, I'll tell you how you don't trade it. You probably don't want to buy calls in Intel, even if you think Intel's going up. Okay, puts are the cheapest they've been like historically, and you'll pick up on this. This is the stuff though that I look at. Okay, incessantly. It's like, you always think like, oh, he's probably looking at something I don't really know about. Yeah, this is it. Okay, but I've never been able to calculate it like this in real time. Never. Okay, like no one's been able to do this other than outside of a trading firm. And the reason this is built is because this is what they look like in a trading firm. But I had to figure out ways to kind of, I say, calm it down a little bit, to water it down. The other thing is, okay, there's a list down below in here that shows you everything that has big league inverted skews. And there's a ton of them right now. Like, okay, this is the show the full scanned list. Okay, so I can show everything. There's literally 1,200 inverted names on here, and I'm gonna build better sorting on there. But we're having fun now, people. We're in trouble in this marketplace. Okay, I won't get anybody more distracted than they already are. Okay, it is not a good feeling when puts are trading for nothing. Okay, not a good feeling over there. I don't know. I would say I don't know what to make of it. I sure as hell know what to make of it. Okay, you have the S&Ps up dramatically, and all of a sudden, okay, the puts out here, and I'm just going to give it for what it's worth. The puts out here are trading very, very low. Their skew is low, which means, okay, that inflection, the thing that we like to go after in Christmas trees isn't really there right now. Okay, we might be able to do what we term a risk twist spread. And that is, we might go out and be able to buy cheap puts. Okay, what's cheap? It's cheap relative to what the marketplace is doing right now. Okay, and if the market does come down anytime in the next, like 90 days, and I would do like 90 or 120 days, we might be sitting on an absolute beautiful trade. Because when you look at the spiders, and I'm using the spiders because I think it's an excellent example. Okay, I'm going to open up all strikes for a second, and then I'm going to turn it over to Tony. Tony! Okay. We're looking at stuff that's pretty far out in terms of delta. Okay. The at the money options 99 days from now are only trading for a 15 vol. So you're saying that 100 days from now, this is going through midterm elections and crap. Okay. There's no volatility. And as you go further out of the money, there's a little bit of skew. There should be a little bit of skew, but it's way lower than it has been historically. Way lower. And the calls, okay, actually are expensive on a relative basis. I'll leave it at that. I'll cover it more tomorrow. So stay tuned for the next episode of Don on Friday. I have to turn it over to Tony Rago. Tony!
What's going on?
You've infested every newer person here at TheoTrade. More people here at TheoTrade. I'm talking about, the traders. More of us traders trade your strategy than any of the other strategies. Meaning, like, I know a lot of the guys actually trade Superfly. So a bunch of us trade Superfly and a bunch of us trade flips. But I would say your strategy has infested more minds, okay, here than anything. And I'm actually definitely referencing like Elizabeth because she's like talking about it like even after the market closes. Like
Yeah.
this crap is unbelievable. I was dying yesterday. I was dying. I was like, oh no, he's gotten to her. Okay,
Yeah.
she
And
got Nasdaq fever.
she's becoming a Nasdaqian.
By the way, I like what Stuart said in chat. Buy tail risk. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying is buy tail risk because it's never a good thing. Marketplaces should have skew. And when they don't have skew, okay, you should be the one buying it. All right. Like that's exactly the right premise. I was going to wait for tomorrow to say those exact words, but it has been said. Okay. It's just been spoken. The marketplace is never a perfect distribution curve. Out here usually has what we term fat tails. Okay. I like fat tails. There's no fat tail right now. Skew is actually pretty damn normal. And you could end up, okay, right on your ass out here. And those puts are cheap relative to what they have been. Okay. And it's weird because I love Christmas trees. I'm not putting a Christmas tree on in this. Hell no. Not until that skew gets back up into the 145 range. I won't do it. Okay. Not going to do it because not only can I look at skew, but now I have technology to show me in real time. By the way, I really built that thing. There's tools. Okay. There's tools you build. Like on Thinkorswim, we were building tools for clients, right? Clients really like this. This is not a tool this is a tool for Don. Okay. Don wants to see this. Don like this. Okay. I love the skew thing. It's so easy to look because when you look at something like Intel, you know what this is? This screams to me retail traders are rushing in. You can look at like this number or this number. Retail traders are rushing in and buying calls. Okay, period. That's Intel in a nutshell. If I were to go to Intel and I were to look right now and I looked at option statistics, you're going to see a crap load of calls. Okay, look at the number of calls trading. Look at the number of calls traded to the ask. I didn't even have to look at the order flow. Now I just looked at one freaking number and it told me, okay, we're getting stupid in Intel. Stupid. But it keeps running up. No, it hasn't been running up. It's got a bid back under it. Things are getting crazy. I like it. All right, Tony, it is all yours, sir. Okay, would you disappear again? Turn off the damn thing? You thought you
I
got no
was
time to
yelling.
go.
I
Yeah.
was yelling, Ma, I need more coffee.
I knew your Jura was involved in it. So the other day
Yes.
I bought some Italian beans the other day. Oh man, they were terrible. They're terrible. I'm like
Are
Costco
you,
crap.
where are you? Are you in Flagstaff?
No, I'm down in Paradise Valley
Oh, okay.
suffering. I'm
Flagstaff,
suffering.
there's probably some good roasters up there.
But they're the best, man. They're best. But so
Yeah.
the problem in Flagstaff is you don't even have to, you don't go and like, you can make your own coffee and I have a Jura up in Flag, but there's that Macy's, which is an incredible coffee house. It's been there for, I don't know, 40, 50 years. I mean, when I went to college, I used to walk with one of my professors every day over to Macy's Coffee House off North Campus. For those of you who know Flagstaff, some really like there's better restaurants in a small little college town than like all of Phoenix combined. And I really mean that.
Oh, yeah.
There's great places to eat. There's the best damn coffee. I mean, there's some places like I don't know if a lot of the good coffee houses still exist in San Francisco. You've spent some time there recently. Do you like when you go up to San Fran? Do you still go to the good coffee houses? Okay, have they been overrun by crap?
Super hipster, but really good stuff still there. Some of it's just sellout stuff. So you got the old school roasters, they survived.
It's funny you say that. When I went in Flag, I was up there a couple weeks ago, and my wife and I just drove over to this place. And as soon as I walked into the coffee place, they're like, "Would you guys just drive up from Phoenix right now?" And I'm like, "No, I'm living up here right now." I'm like, "Oh man, they can spot me. Am I different? Okay, I'm different than a Flagstaff person. That's probably good. I have
Yep.
taken a shower."
Yeah. Oh,
Took a-
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's it. The hipsters, they got it. They
By the
know
way,
what's up.
I'm very likely to take a shot right now in the XSP. I'm just letting everybody know. I'm going to take a shot in the XSP. I'll post it inside of the chat room in a few minutes. I'm going to take a zero DTE shot. We're overheated right now. I can see the volatility starting to come up, and I got to be honest with you. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn. I would rather actually take a little risk in here. Okay, this is one I'm not going to miss. If we do reverse, I want to be part of it. And I'm going to tell you right now, this trade, okay, it's basically when I say it's all on the line, baby. Okay, I am not waiting or hesitating to wait for a perfect fill in here. Okay. I'm just going to like, kind of fire a little blindly in. And if I miss, I miss. Okay. And I don't mind saying that if I miss, I miss. Like that's part of trading. I'm risking 70 cents right now. I'm going to show you the exact delta, buying basically close to a 40 delta. I'm buying the 780 puts in the XSP, right? I'm going to create a duplicate order. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it right into the chat room here. Okay. Follow at your own risk, okay? Because I've been saying lately, I haven't traded a lot of zero DTE. I haven't traded a lot of zero DTE, but today, okay, it feels okay destabilized to the upside a little bit. I'm not saying that we're definitely going to come down. I want to be clear about something. Is there any signs on the screen that we're coming down right now? No. The only thing that's interesting is that volatility is going up with the marketplace going up. That's enough for me. That's it. And it feels right now, it feels manic. Like the S&Ps actually do. They feel very, very manic to me. And in a day like this, okay, I think your probability of reversal increases to some extent. Make no two ways about it. My full 71 cents is at risk. Period. Okay, I'm not going to make any excuse like, oh man, I could have been somebody. Okay, no, my full 71 cents is at risk. And I just routed into what is an absolute crap fest, but I can tell you, okay, we're almost 2 times the daily expected move. Let me move this to a zero DTE over here, Don DTE. We're almost 2 times the expected move. And as I said to you guys a moment ago, the marketplace feels, okay, like it's completely on edge. Where the move was so fast that it feels very, very manic. And these are the days that can completely flip over. The other thing that actually really does have me kind of on the edge of my seat, the advanced decline line is better than it has been at like almost any point. We are almost correlated right now. And that's weird because we haven't seen that. We haven't seen financials up with big tech up, with SMH up. What's going on? You're like, oh, well, we're marching to the upside. Okay. We can't all get along. We cannot all get along. By the way, yes, I like to route things one at a time. Okay. I like to get crazy. So I've got, almost $300 at risk in here. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to lose $300. And if I'm right, I might be able to make a couple of grand or somewhere in between. And I'm fine with that. That, okay, is where you guys have to kind of get a feel for. XSP is sitting at all-time highs, well aware of it. Okay. S&P is all-time high, and that's actually what created a little bit of this manic move in here. Tony, sir, sorry about that, man.
Yeah, it feels like,
I was getting crazy.
It feels like October, November performance chasing, but it's August and it's summer and it's quiet. And I missed this whole thing because I was trying to let this thing open, and it's been a struggle bus all week. And today it never fails. Like,
this week has absolutely sucked. Like we've done nothing. But
yeah,
the one thing I was pointing out today, there's no volume overnight. None. It was the worst volume we've seen for an open going all the way back to Christmas Eve of last year. We're only at like 300,000 contracts, no volume. Okay. It's really, really quiet. Overall, though, in the week, we're up. Okay. But now this is a real move. Now it's like, well, okay, now we're halfway home to the upper edge of the expected move. 20 minutes ago, we were still unchanged in the week. There's definitely, though, some fever pitch going on here.
We blasted through all of this stuff like real quick. I call this the van when they throw the bears in the van, but it was very early for them to do that.
There's rationale.
Just think of the visual. They throw them in the van, take them hostage, take them out into the woods.
I know what that means. I know what that means.
They don't let them out. It's like, you're not getting out.
It's really funny because my kids, when we're driving around, like, you don't see a lot of vans, but whenever they do see a van, they're like,